I know that losing your hair is an extremely serious topic, and it can definitely cause a lot of shame and regret and self-doubt and insecurity. But what about losing your respect and dignity on national TV in front of tens of millions of people?
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
It was.
I've never worn a wig before, but I imagine it's not the worst thing. What I imagine is much worse is treating your...
This is a really important red table talk on alopecia. Considering what I've been through with my own health and what happened at the Oscars.
Just recently, Jada Pinkett Smith has revealed that she and Will Smith have been separated since 2016. They've led separate lives, apparently, since 2016. Mind you, Will Smith slapped the tar out of Chris Rock, about a year ago, March 27th, 2022. You know, basically lightly roasts Jada in front of Will Smith, and then of course he goes up onto the stage and slaps him pretty hard, and everybody's laughing here. I mean, it's pretty funny. Everybody's having a good time, everybody's laughing, and then of course apparently the joke goes too far.
So strong. She just rocked it.
Now at this point I can only laugh. Now y'all know I've been struggling with alopecia and
I mean, often it's hard to know the truth, right? And we are in an age in which information is just bombarding us. You know, honestly, when I go onto any sort of social media, I just feel overwhelmed and blasted with so many different things. Yeah, you know, you sort of understand that this couple, you know, they really wanted to keep up the appearances of a healthier relationship. I mean, when you're a celebrity, people look up to you, and you know, a lot of people expect you to kind of have this appearance. But again, that's what's so strange in this case, is they have publicly aired all of their, you know, some of their troubles. I mean, probably not all of it, but they had gone on TV and kind of discussed some of the problems that they were having, and you know, it's just really strange to me to declare, like, now, and that in hindsight, you know, we've been quietly separated since 2016, because they were still, you know, it's just disingenuous. Like, you know, celebrities are not perfect, and why, you know, putting out this perception that everything is okay when it's not is very misleading. And now, you know, you're presently going back into the past and saying, oh yeah, well, that's because, you know, excuse our behavior now because we were separated for so long. It was not a divorce paper. Right, she says. But it was a divorce, Cop adds. Divorce. Jada nods in agreement.
There are so many surprising things in the book, but the thing that surprised me the most, that I actually had to reread it because I said, is this true?
Right.
Was that in 2016, you and Will decided that,
Right.
but it was a divorce.
My biggest problem with this family, Jada in particular, is that she seemingly goes back and forth and changes the story up and wants to rewrite history in the past. And, you know, to treat your spouse like this, I think, again, it just speaks volumes of your relationship with yourself and your spouse and your children. You know, they have children together. I mean, for the love of God, for the children, Jada, please check in, stop checking out, right? Be honest. You know, what kind of messages is sending to the children? You know, oftentimes there's lots of good talks actually on this, and I will always, as always, put the links in the description. But generally, what you observe from your parents, Jada and Will Smith are both parents, and what the children are observing from them generally sticks with you. And I only hope and pray that maybe that they get help in therapy, because what they're being shown and taught, I mean, who knows really what's going on at home. Obviously there's no competency test for parenthood or having children, and I mean I don't even know what I would say or recommend should be done in that case. But they have kids, and I understand. I see both sides of this, right? Like there's always two sides to things. On one hand, Jada wanted to present this side of like the togetherness of the family unit, and I totally get that. But it's also not okay, on the other hand, to be disingenuous, lie to the public, and try to put up this facade like everything is okay when it's not. That's also leading people astray, leading your kids astray, leading your partner astray. Will Smith, when they're talking at the table and she talks about the entanglement, Will Smith just looks like he's dead inside. And of course the reaction is to laugh. It's pretty laughable that a 50-year-old woman would get into a relationship with a 30-year-old. She has children. I believe some of her children are the same age as that singer that she got entangled with. And it's like, I have never in my 36 years heard somebody refer to a relationship as an entanglement. That to me is just like, what?
Come on, folks.
I got into an entanglement with August. That's what I said.
An entanglement?
Yes. Yes.
A relationship?
Yes, it was a relationship. Absolutely.
She hurt him way more than he hurt me, okay?
It's very difficult as a man, especially someone who's extremely famous, been in so many different movies, to, it is well known all over the earth, to allow, to just be walked all over. It's really fascinating that Will Smith has pretty much perpetuated and kind of played along with this instead of either one of them, right? We've got two people here who are extremely famous, and neither one of them is being truthful and open and honest about their relationship. Both of them decided to kind of cover things up and not be honest. And I fail to understand, when you're a celebrity like this, you have enormous reach, financial status, notoriety. Will Smith, I mean, he seems like a great guy. I mean, up until this point, he seemed, like very wholesome. And then, it just takes one incident like this for your entire reputation to basically crumble. And it's very, very sad, to see the fall of someone who, before this, I think he was really, before all this stuff came out, was really just, kind of wholesome and all-American and a good person to look up to. Sticking together for your family is definitely noble and the right thing to do as a man. But at this point, Jada has essentially walked all over him.
23 years? Wow. Right? But could never go through with it.
I made a promise that there will never be a reason for us to get a divorce. We will work through whatever. And I just haven't been able to break that promise.
But you still live separately.
We live separately.
I have so many questions. So do I. I have so many questions.
It was the strangest kind of revelation to realize that these two people have had separate lives. I mean, they have not called each other husband and wife
in all of those years.
Except for the appearance everywhere they went.
Except for the appearances, right, including at the Oscars.
Yes.
By the way, there's a whole chunk in this book that we're going to get into in the Dateline special and also a little later here of what happened in that moment when he said, you know, get my wife's name out of your mouth.
Yeah.